Welcome to this week's episode of Kidlet 6. Each week we get to spend 6 minutes together celebrating book birthdays, connecting with authors, and discovering lots of great books. As a reminder, all the books mentioned in today's episode are listed down below, so if you hear about a book that sounds interesting, you can look down there for all the information. Now, today I thought we'd take flight and hear about a few books about birds.
In The Most Perfect Thing in the Universe, Loa's mother is on a quest to save an endangered bird. The Simple Art of Flying is about a pair of brother and sister birds. The Sunday Birds is about Charlie's quest to find birds on a road trip. Callie joins a bird-watching club when she first moves to Scotland.
My name is Victoria Piontek, and I'm the author of Better with Butter. Better with Butter is the story of Marvel, a girl who's suffering with generalized anxiety disorder. But one day she rescues an adorable fainting goat named Butter, and that changes Marvel's life. So if you want to find out a little bit more about what it's like to have anxiety, or maybe you have anxiety yourself and you love stories about animals, Better with Butter might be the book for you. I also want to recommend a fun book by my friend Mae Respicio called How to Win a Slime War. And this is just a great, fantastic story about a boy who moves to a new town and finds himself in the middle of a slime war. So I hope you'll check out either Better with Butter or How to Win a Slime War. Thanks so much.
This week's Kidlet 6 book of the week is One Last Shot by John David Anderson. Malcolm has always felt like he's never enough. He feels like he disappoints his parents, who are always arguing, and Malcolm's caught in the middle. And he especially feels like he disappoints his dad, who's competitive and loves sports. And Malcolm doesn't really. And then he discovers a sport he actually enjoys: miniature golf. Soon, his dad has him enrolled in private coaching and registered for a tournament, and Malcolm actually discovers he's actually a pretty decent golfer. Along the way, he navigates some new friendships, first crush, a pretty eccentric coach, and then comes the big tournament. How will he do? Will his family end up broken and in pieces, or will they end up put back together again? The day a book first comes out is called its publication date, but some people call it its book birthday, and I think that's so much more fun, so we're going to go with that. So let's get ready to celebrate a few of this week's book birthdays. First up is Freddy versus the Family Curse. Freddy teams up with his ancestor to try and break the family curse that's been in place for generations. The only trouble is, if they're not successful, they'll be stuck in an amulet forever. Next up is Mr. Lemoncello's Very First Game. Now, that name might sound familiar to you because you might have read one of the other books in this series. And this is a prequel, which means it happens before the rest of the series. In this book, we get to head back and meet 13-year-old Luigi Lemoncello. He's obsessed with puzzles, and then he gets an opportunity to work for a professor and learn more about puzzles. And then a left-behind clue leads Luigi and his friends on a treasure hunt. Get to know Mr. Lemoncello before he was Mr. Lemoncello. Next up is Shine On, Luce Filez. This is the story of Luce, who is a soccer star until she's not. A serious knee injury is keeping her off the soccer field, and she feels like everyone's treating her differently now that she's no longer a soccer star. Being sidelined has given her some extra time. When she discovers a knack for coding, it feels like a lifeline to a better self. And then someone unexpected shows up. The best way to celebrate a book birthday is by actually reading the book. So head to your local library or nearest bookstore and pick up your copy of these books today. During our road trip last summer, we drove up some pretty treacherous winding roads on the mountain to get to our camping site. Do you think you can create your own sentence using the word treacherous? Try creating your own sentence and then sharing it with us on social media at Kidlet6. We'd also love to hear what you're reading, and you can comment down below with what books you're reading right now or send us an email. We hope you have a great week and happy reading.